Hey, welcome back to English Podcast. Simple English, real life, every day.
And welcome to something brand new. This is day one of a brand new series.
That's right, we just finished the 30-day real-life English challenge. 30 days, 30 different topics.
And a lot of you told us, Mr. B, my brain is tired. Can we slow down a little?
So today, we're doing something a bit different. Same format, me and Anna, word tour, say it better, a daily speaking challenge. But instead of one new topic every single day,
We're going deep. 7 days, one grammar point.
welcome to the 7-day present perfect challenge.
Ooh, present perfect. The tense that makes so many learners nervous.
I know. But by day 7, you're going to use it without even stopping to think. That's the goal.
So if this feels confusing today, don't worry. That's exactly why we have 7 days, not one.
Right. Today is day 1, and today is not about memorizing a list of rules. Today is about understanding one big idea.
What's the big idea?
The big idea is this. English has 2 different ways to talk about the past, and they are not the same thing. They don't mean the same thing.
2 ways? Like past simple and present perfect?
Exactly. I ate breakfast and I have eaten breakfast. 2 different sentences, 2 different meanings.
Okay, honestly, those sound almost the same to me right now.
They sound close. The words are close, but the meaning is not close at all. And today, we fix that together.
Perfect, let's do it.
So here's the simple version. Past simple is for something finished and something specific.
Finished and specific. Can you give me an example?
I ate breakfast at 7 o'clock. Finished, the eating is done. Specific, I told you exactly when, 7 o'clock.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like a photo, one clear moment in time.
I really like that. A photo, one moment and then it's over.
So what's present perfect then?
Present perfect is for something connected to now. The exact time is not specific, or honestly, it just doesn't matter.
Connected to now. What does that actually mean?
It means the past action still matters right now, in this moment. I have eaten breakfast. I'm not telling you when I ate. I'm telling you the result. I'm not hungry right now.
Oh, so it's not about the photo, it's about right now, the result of the action.
Yes, that's exactly it. Past simple is the photo. Present perfect is the result that photo left behind.
I love that. Photo versus result. That's easy to remember.
Let's try one more pair. I lost my keys yesterday. Past simple.
And I have lost my keys.
Right. I lost my keys yesterday means finished, a specific time, and honestly, maybe I already found them. The story is closed.
But I have lost my keys.
Means right now, in this exact moment, I don't have my keys. It's still a problem. It's connected to now.
Oh, that's such a good example because if I say I have lost my keys, you're going to help me look for them right now.
Exactly. But if I say I lost my keys yesterday, you might just say, oh, okay, and keep walking.
So the tense you choose actually changes how the listener reacts to you.
It really does. That's why this matters so much. It's not just a grammar rule to memorize, it changes the actual meaning of what you're saying.
Can we try one more? Something about health, maybe?
Sure. I was sick last week. Past simple. Specific time and it's over. I'm telling you about last week.
Versus I have been sick.
Right, and that one is connected to now. It usually means I'm still sick or I only just got better. The time doesn't matter. What matters is that it's relevant to how I feel today.
So even with something as simple as being sick, the tense you pick tells a completely different story.
Exactly. Same words, almost. Completely different message.
Let's try a money example too before we move on.
Sure. I spent all my money last weekend. Past simple. Specific time and the story's finished.
Versus I have spent all my money.
Right, and that one is connected to right now. It usually means your wallet is empty today in this moment. The weekend doesn't matter. What matters is your situation right now.
Which is a much bigger problem for whoever's listening.
Exactly. I have spent all my money gets a much faster reaction than I spent all my money last weekend. Okay, let's pause here for a second.
Think of one thing that happened to you today. Maybe you drank coffee. Maybe you sent an email. Anything small is fine.
Now say it two ways, out loud. First, in past simple, with a specific time. For example, I drank coffee at 8 o'clock.
Then say it again in present perfect with no specific time. For example, I have drunk coffee today.
Pause the episode now and say both sentences out loud before you continue.
Take your time with this one. There's no rush.
Good. However you said it, nice work. That's exactly the muscle we're building this whole week.
Okay, so I understand photo versus result, but I still feel like sometimes I honestly don't know which to pick.
That's completely normal. Let's slow down even more.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here's a simple question you can ask yourself. Does the exact time matter to what I'm saying? If the answer is yes, use past simple. If the answer is no, or you don't know the time, use present perfect.
So if I say, I watched a movie last night,
You're telling me exactly when. Last night. Specific, finished. That's past simple.
but if I say, I've watched that movie,
You're not telling me when at all. Maybe last year, maybe last week, it really doesn't matter. What matters is you've seen it. That's the fact that's true right now.
so present perfect is almost like a fact about my life up to this exact moment.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. Up to this moment. Present perfect connects the past to right now, this moment we're in together.
Can you give me a work example, something for the office?
Sure. Imagine your boss asks, "Did you send the report?"
Oh no, my boss. Okay, go on.
If you already sent it, you could say, "I sent it this morning." Past simple. You're giving the time.
Or I could say, I have already sent it.
Right, and that sentence focuses on the result. It's done. Your boss doesn't actually need the exact time. Your boss just needs to know, is it finished or not?
Oh, so in that moment, present perfect is actually more useful. It answers the real question behind the question.
Exactly. This is why native speakers switch between the two so naturally, almost without thinking. They're not running through grammar rules in their head. They're thinking about what the other person actually needs to know.
That's a really different way to think about it. Not which rule do I follow, but what does the listener need from me right now?
Right, and once you start thinking that way, the tense choice gets a lot easier, a lot faster.
Let's try a cooking example too. I like this one.
Go for it.
Thinking, I cooked dinner at 6 o'clock. That's past simple. I'm giving a specific time.
And now the present perfect version. I have cooked dinner.
Present perfect, no time at all. It just means dinner is ready, right now. That's the useful information.
Exactly right. And think about it. If someone walks into your kitchen hungry, they don't care what time you started cooking. They care about one thing.
Is it ready?
Exactly. Have you cooked dinner? Yes, I have cooked dinner. Present perfect, because the result, dinner is ready, is what actually matters right now.
One more. Let's do a travel example maybe.
Okay. I went to Japan in 2019.
Past simple, specific year, a closed story.
Now, I have been to Japan.
Present perfect, no year at all. It's a fact about my life. I have this experience, and it's true today.
Perfect. And that second sentence, I have been to, is actually one of the most common ways you'll use present perfect in real conversation. We'll go much deeper into this exact pattern on day 3.
Ooh, a little sneak peek.
Just a small one. I can't help it this week. Okay, one more. A study example, something for students.
Sure, I studied for 3 hours last night. Past simple, you're giving a specific time, 3 hours, last night.
Versus, I have studied a lot for this exam.
And that sentence isn't about counting hours, it's about the overall result. You feel ready right now because of everything you've done up to this moment. So a teacher asking, have you studied, isn't really asking for a number of hours.
Exactly. They're asking about your readiness right now. That's the real question behind the words, and present perfect is built exactly for that kind of question. Okay, let's practice again, a little deeper this time.
Think about a place you've traveled to, or a food you've tried, or a skill you've learned.
Say it as a fact about your life using present perfect. For example, I have been to, or I have tried, or I have learned.
Pause the episode now and say your sentence out loud.
Now try the past simple version of the same idea with a specific time. For example, I went to in year, or I tried last month or year.
However you said it, that's exactly the skill we're training this week. Photo versus result.
All right, it's time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go through them.
First word, specific. This means clear and exact, not general. For example, can you give me a specific time, not just later? Or, she gave a very specific answer to the question.
Second word, connected. This means joined or linked to something else. For example, this problem is connected to what happened yesterday, or these two ideas are closely connected.
Third word, result. This is what happens because of an action, the outcome. For example, I studied hard and the result was a good test score. Or, we're still waiting for the results of the meeting.
Fourth word, experience. This means something that happened to you that you can talk about later. For example, living abroad was an amazing experience. Or, do you have any experience working in customer service?
And the fifth word, relevant. This means important or connected to the current situation. For example, your past job experience is very relevant to this new position. Or, that question isn't really relevant right now.
5 useful words: specific, connected, result, experience, relevant.
Try using one of these words in a sentence about your own day today. It's really great practice, and it helps the word stick.
And notice a couple of these words actually describe present perfect itself. Result, relevant, connected. That's not an accident.
Good catch. Present perfect really is the connected, relevant result tense. That might be the easiest way to remember it.
Time for Say It Better.
This is where we take an okay sentence
And make it sound more natural. Okay, here's a common one. A learner says, I finished my homework. It's okay now.
That's understandable, but it's a little flat. Let's upgrade it. Try, I've already finished my homework, so I'm free now.
Ooh, I've already finished. That present perfect with already sounds so much more natural.
Exactly. It shows the result clearly and already adds a nice, natural rhythm. We'll actually go deep into just, already, and yet on day 4.
Another sneak peek?
I really can't help it this week. Okay, one more example. A learner says, I don't have this experience before.
That's a really common mistake. The tense is off there.
Right. The natural way to say this is, I haven't had this experience before. Present perfect in the negative form.
So instead of I don't have, it's I haven't had.
Exactly. Small change, much more natural. And notice, no specific time. It's about your life up to this moment, which is exactly what we talked about today.
One more? I like this game.
Okay, last one. A learner says, my English is getting better since 2 years.
I can hear the mistake, but I can't quite fix it.
The fix is, my English has been getting better for 2 years. Present perfect, and we switch since to for because we're talking about a length of time, not a starting point.
Oh, and we'll actually cover since and for properly on day 5.
See, this whole week really does build on itself. Let's quickly compare formal and casual English here too.
Good idea. Does present perfect change at all in formal situations?
The tense itself stays exactly the same, but the words around it change. In a casual conversation with a friend, you might say, I've eaten, thanks.
Short, relaxed with a contraction. I've instead of I have.
Right. Now, in a formal situation, like an email to a client, you might write, I have completed the requested report and will send it shortly.
No contraction there, I have, written out fully, and more formal vocabulary too, like completed instead of finished and requested instead of just asked for.
Exactly. The grammar, present perfect, doesn't change at all, but the tone around it does. That's a great thing to start noticing as you keep learning.
What about texting a friend versus texting your manager?
Good comparison. Texting a friend, you might just write, Just got home, so tired. Very casual, almost no full grammar at all.
But texting your manager, you'd probably write something like, I have just arrived home and will follow up on the email first thing tomorrow.
Right. Fuller sentences, no dropped words, and a more careful, complete present perfect structure.
So even once you understand the tense itself, there's still a layer of choosing the right words for the situation you're in.
Right, and honestly, that layer gets much easier once the tense itself starts to feel natural, which is exactly what this whole week is for. Before we get to today's challenge, let's do a quick recap.
Past simple is the photo, finished, specific. Use it when the exact time matters.
Present perfect is the connected to right now, where the result matters more than the time. Use it when the exact time doesn't matter or you don't know it.
And here's the one question that helps you choose. Does the exact time matter to what I'm saying?
If yes, past simple. If no or you're not sure, present perfect. Keep that one question with you all week. All right, it's time for today's challenge.
Here it is. Say one sentence in past simple and one sentence in present perfect about the same topic.
Then, and this is the important part, explain out loud why you chose each tense.
For example, I called my mom yesterday. That's past simple because I'm giving a specific time.
And then, I have called my mom many times this month. That's present perfect because the exact times don't matter. What matters is the pattern up to now.
Pause the episode and try it with your own topic. Say it out loud. Don't just think it silently in your head.
Speaking out loud is what actually builds the habit. Reading silently just doesn't do the same thing for your brain.
And if you get stuck, go back to our simple question from today. Does the exact time matter to what I'm saying?
If yes, past simple. If no, or you're not sure, present perfect. That one question will get you very far.
However you did it, great work. That's day one complete.
So, today, remember this one idea. Past simple is the photo, finished, specific. Present perfect is the result, connected to right now.
Tomorrow, on day 2, we're building the present perfect from the ground up. Have, has, and past participles, including the tricky irregular ones.
So if today felt a little abstract, don't worry at all. Tomorrow gets very hands-on, very practical.
See you then.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now. Hi everyone, and hi Anna. Welcome back to English Podcast. Simple English, real life, every day. I'm Mr. B.
Hi, Mr. B, and hi, everyone. I'm Anna. Day 2 of the 7-day present perfect challenge.
That's right. Quick recap for anyone just joining us. Yesterday, day 1, we learned the big idea.
Past simple is the photo, finished, specific. Present perfect is the result, connected to right now.
Perfect summary. If you haven't watched day 1 yet, go back and start there, because today builds directly on it.
So today, now that we understand why present perfect exists,
Today we learn how to actually build it, the nuts and bolts.
the scary grammar box.
It's really not scary. Present perfect has a very simple shape. Once you see the shape, you can build almost any sentence.
So today's title is, Have You Done This Before? Because by the end of this episode, you'll be able to answer that question properly using the correct grammar every time. No more guessing, no more I have went, just clean, correct, present perfect sentences.
Let's start with the shape of the sentence. Present perfect has 2 parts. Part 1, have or has. Part 2, the past participle.
Have or has, that part feels familiar.
Right, it works just like any other have sentence. I have, you have, we have, they have. But he has, she has, it has.
So, I have finished. She has finished. Same participle, different helping word.
Exactly. That first part is easy. Most learners get that quickly. The second part, the past participle, is where people get nervous.
Okay, so what exactly is a past participle?
It's a special form of the verb. For most verbs, the regular ones, it's just a verb plus ed. Same as past simple, actually.
Like work becomes worked, watch becomes watched, play becomes played.
Exactly. So, I have worked here for 3 years. She has watched that movie twice. They have played that game before.
Is it always just add ed, or are there some spelling changes to watch for?
Good question. A few small spelling rules. If the verb already ends in E, you just add D. Live becomes lived. Like becomes liked.
And if it ends in a consonant plus y, like study,
Then the Y changes to I and you add ED. Study becomes studied. Try becomes tried. Carry becomes carried.
what about short verbs like stop or plan?
Good catch. Short verbs sometimes double the last letter before adding ED. Stop becomes stopped. Plan becomes planned.
Okay, so mostly just add ed with a few small spelling adjustments here and there.
Exactly. And honestly, most learners pick these up naturally, just from reading and hearing English regularly. You don't need to memorize the rules perfectly on day 2.
Okay, that part's actually easy. Add ed, done.
For regular verbs, yes. But English also has irregular verbs. These don't follow the ED rule. They have their own special form.
How many irregular verbs are there?
A lot, a few hundred actually. But don't panic, you already know many of them, and today we'll practice the most common ones.
Okay, give me some examples.
Let's go. Go becomes gone. I have gone to that restaurant many times.
See becomes seen. We have seen that film already.
Eat becomes eaten. He has eaten breakfast.
Write becomes written. She has written 3 emails today.
Notice something. None of those end in ED. That's exactly what makes them irregular. You simply have to learn each one.
So there's no shortcut. I just memorize them?
Mostly yes, but here's some good news. Many irregular verbs actually follow small patterns, which makes them easier to group and remember. Let's pause and practice the basic shape first.
Take 3 regular verbs, things like clean, call, or study, and turn them into present perfect sentences about yourself.
For example, I have cleaned my room. I have called my friend. Use have or has plus the ED form.
Pause the episode now and say your 3 sentences out loud, using the correct participles, cleaned, called, studied.
Good. That's the easy half of present perfect. Now let's tackle the irregular half.
Okay, you said irregular verbs follow small patterns. What did you mean?
It's basically 3 groups. Group 1, verbs where all 3 forms are the same. The base verb, past simple, and past participle identical.
Can you give an example?
Cut. Cut, cut, cut. I cut my hand yesterday. Past simple. I have cut my hand. Present perfect. Same word every time.
What about put? Put.
Exactly. Same idea. Read is another one. Although careful, the spelling stays the same, but the pronunciation of the past forms changes slightly.
Okay, group 1, no change at all. What's group 2?
Group 2, verbs where past simple and the past participle are the same as each other, but different from the base verb.
Give me an example.
Buy, bought, bought. I bought a coffee this morning. Past simple. I have bought 3 coffees today. Present perfect. Same participle both times. Bought.
Catch, caught. Teach, taught. Think, thought. Those all follow the same pattern.
Exactly, and that's really good news, because if you already know the past simple form of these verbs, you already know the present perfect form too.
So group 2 is actually easier than it sounds because it's one less thing to learn.
Right. Now group 3, and this is the tricky one. Verbs where all 3 forms are completely different.
Like go, went, gone?
Exactly. Base verb, go, past simple, went, past participle, gone. 3 completely different words.
See, saw, seen. Do, did, done. Eat, ate, eaten. Write, wrote, written. Speak, spoke, spoken. Break, broke, broken. Drive, drove, driven.
These are the ones that really do need memorizing, but notice a lot of them end in en. Broken, spoken, written, eaten, driven. That little pattern can actually help you guess and remember.
That's a nice trick. The N ending shows up a lot in this group.
It really does. It won't work for every single verb, but it's a helpful clue when you're not sure.
Can we practice putting these into full sentences? Real examples?
Let's do it. I have never driven a manual car. Group 3. Drive, drove, driven.
She has broken her phone twice this year. Group 3. Break, broke, broken.
We have spoken about this before. Group 3 again. Speak, spoke, spoken.
I'm noticing something. Almost every sentence you give me has no specific time. That's day 1 all over again.
Exactly. Present perfect naturally avoids specific times, remember? I have driven a truck doesn't tell you when. It's a fact about your life right now.
So the form we're learning today and the meaning we learned yesterday actually work together hand in hand.
Perfectly said. That's exactly why we did day 1 first. The meaning has to come before the form, or the form feels pointless.
Quick question before we move on. What's the difference between have gone and have been? I always mix those up.
Great question, and it trips up a lot of learners. Have gone means you went there, and you're still there, or on your way. He has gone to the bank. He's not here right now, he's at the bank.
And have been?
Have been means you went there in the past and you're back now. It's about the experience, not your current location. I have been to the bank. I went and now I'm back here talking to you.
Oh, that's such a small difference in spelling, but a huge difference in meaning.
Exactly. She's gone to Rome, she's still there, probably on vacation right now. She's been to Rome, she visited at some point, and she's home again. 2 very different pictures.
To be honest, I'm definitely going to think about that one twice from now on.
Most learners do. It's a small trap, but a common one, so it's worth the extra attention.
Before we practice, let's do one quick cheat sheet round. 10 common irregular participles you'll use constantly.
Let's go. Take, taken. Give, given. Know, known. Grow, grown. Find, found. Feel, felt. Leave, left. Meet, met. Send, sent. Tell, told.
You don't need to memorize all 10 right now. Just notice how differently each one behaves. Some end in en, some end in t, some just change completely.
Exactly. And the more present perfect sentences you hear and say, the faster these start to feel automatic instead of a memory test. Time to practice the irregular forms.
Try these 3 verbs, eat, see, and go. Turn each one into a present perfect sentence about your own life.
For example, I have eaten sushi before. I have seen that movie. I have gone to the beach this year.
Pause the episode now and say your 3 sentences out loud, using the correct participles. Eaten, seen, gone.
However you did it, great work. Those 3 participles are some of the most common in daily English, so this practice pays off fast. Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go.
First word, form. This can mean shape or a specific version of a word. For example, what's the past participle form of right? Or, please fill out this form before your appointment.
Good one. We used form constantly today every time we talked about the shape of a sentence. Second word, pattern. This means a regular, repeated way something happens. For example, notice the pattern. A lot of irregular participles end in en, or there's a clear pattern in how she plans her week.
And spotting patterns is honestly the fastest way to learn irregular verbs. Your brain loves patterns much more than random lists. Third word, irregular. This means not following the normal or expected rule. For example, go is an irregular verb. It doesn't take ed. Or, my sleep schedule has been really irregular lately.
Funny how one word can describe both a verb and my entire week. Fourth word, memorize. This means to learn something so well that you remember it without looking. For example, you'll need to memorize these 10 irregular verbs. Or, I memorized her phone number years ago.
And a small tip, memorizing gets much easier when you memorize a full sentence, not just the word alone. Fifth word, combine. This means to join 2 things together. For example, combine have with a past participle to make present perfect. Or can you combine these two sentences into one?
Form, pattern, irregular, memorize, combine. 5 words that describe exactly what we did today.
Try building one sentence using any of these 5 words. It's great practice and it locks the word into your memory for next time.
Time for Say It Better.
Today's mistakes are all about the wrong participle, a really common mistake.
Okay, first one. A learner says, I have went to Paris last year.
2 problems in that sentence, actually. First, went is past simple, not the participle. The correct participle is gone or been. Second, last year is a specific time, so this sentence should probably just be past simple entirely. I went to Paris last year.
So mixing a specific time word with present perfect is actually a double mistake.
Exactly. Wrong form and wrong tense choice. We'll actually focus entirely on that second problem on day 6.
Another sneak peek right on schedule.
Can't help it. Okay, next one. A learner says she has ate lunch already.
8 is past simple. The participle should be...
Eaten. So the correct sentence is she has eaten lunch already.
One more?
Last one. A learner says we have did our homework.
Did is past simple. The participle is done. So we have done our homework.
Great instinct. And notice, have done is one of the most useful present perfect phrases in daily English. You'll hear it constantly.
One more. This one's sneaky. A learner says, I have saw him at the party.
Right. Saw is past simple. The participle is seen. So I have seen him at the party.
That one really is sneaky. Saw and seen look similar enough to trick your brain.
It happens to almost every learner at some point. The trick is just slowing down for half a second before you speak and asking yourself, is this the participle or the past simple form? Let's compare formal and casual English with today's topic too.
Does the participle change between formal and casual speech?
The participle itself stays exactly the same. Gone is always gone. What usually changes is the contraction and sometimes the verb choice.
Right, like I've versus I have.
Exactly. Casually, with a friend, you might say, I've never driven a manual car. Short, relaxed, contracted.
Formally, in an interview, you might say, I have not previously driven a manual vehicle, fully written out and a slightly more formal word, previously instead of never and vehicle instead of car.
What about texting, though? Somewhere in between casual and formal.
Good point. Texting a friend, you might just write, never driven a manual, lol. Drop subject, no have at all, very relaxed.
But texting your driving instructor, you'd probably write something closer to the full form. I haven't driven a manual car before.
Exactly. Full contraction, correct participle, complete sentence. Context always decides how much grammar you can safely drop. Same grammar shape underneath every time, have or has plus a past participle, but the register around it shifts depending on the situation. So learning the participles well actually helps in both directions, casual chats and formal writing.
Exactly. Once the form feels automatic, you can focus your energy on tone and vocabulary instead of fighting with grammar. Quick recap before today's challenge.
Present perfect equals have or has plus a past participle.
Regular verbs just add ed. Irregular verbs have their own forms in 3 rough groups, all the same, past simple and participle matching, or all 3 different.
And a lot of that trickiest group ends in en, broken, spoken, written, eaten, driven. And don't mix up have been and have gone. Then means you're back, gone means you're still there.
Keep those clues in your pocket. We won't solve everything, but they'll help more often than you think. All right, today's challenge.
Say 5 sentences using 5 different irregular past participles in the present perfect.
You can use ones from today: gone, seen, eaten, written, spoken, broken, driven, bought, caught, taught, thought, or any others you know.
For example, I have seen that movie. I have never broken a bone. I have bought too much coffee this week.
Or mix in a group 1 verb too. I have cut my finger before while cooking. Simple, useful, and still counts. Pause the episode and say your 5 sentences out loud, one at a time. Don't rush. Check each participle as you go.
And if you get stuck on a verb, that's completely fine. Just try a different one. There are hundreds to choose from.
Try to mix your 5 sentences across the groups we covered today, too. Maybe one from group 1, a couple from group 2, and a couple from the trickier group 3. However you did it, that's real progress. You're not just understanding present perfect anymore. You're building it, sentence by sentence. So today, remember, present perfect is have or has plus a past participle. Regular with ed, irregular in its own special form, whether that form matches the base verb, matches past simple, or stands completely alone.
Tomorrow, on day 3, we put this into one of the most useful patterns in English, have you ever, talking about life experience.
Now that you can build a sentence, tomorrow we put it to work in real conversation, asking and answering real questions with real people.
See you then.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now. Hello, everyone, and hello, Anna. Welcome back to English Podcast. Simple English, real life, every day. I'm Mr. B.
Good evening, Mr. B, and good evening, everyone. Day 3, and today might be my favorite day of the whole challenge.
Ooh, why's that?
Because today is basically a game. We get to ask each other embarrassing questions and blame it on grammar practice.
That is exactly what today is. Okay, quick recap first. Day 1, present perfect is the result, not the photo. Day 2, have or has plus a past participle, regular or irregular.
And today, day 3, we put those two pieces together into one of the most fun, most useful patterns in English.
Have you ever?
Ooh, I love this pattern.
It's how you ask about someone's life experience. Have you ever eaten sushi? Have you ever been to Paris? Have you ever fallen asleep in class?
I have a feeling you're going to make me answer that last one.
Maybe later. Today's title is Have You Ever? And by the end, you'll be asking and answering these questions like it's the easiest thing in the world.
And honestly, this might be the most fun grammar lesson you ever sit through, because most of today is just us being nosy about each other's lives.
Which, let's be honest, is exactly why Have You Ever is so popular at parties and on first dates.
True. Nobody at a party asks, what is your opinion on the subjunctive mood?
Please, never let that be a party question.
Let's get into it, and let's have some fun today.
Okay, so the shape is simple. Have or has plus the subject plus ever plus the past participle.
Have you ever tried? All 4 pieces in order.
Exactly. And ever is the magic word here. It means at any time in your life up to now.
So it's not asking about one specific time.
Right. It's asking about your whole life so far, like one giant search through your memory. In your whole life up to this moment, did this ever happen?
That's actually a huge question for 4 small words.
I know, it's a tiny question with a massive search radius. And notice, we don't say, have you ever tried sushi yesterday? Adding a specific time like yesterday actually breaks the pattern.
Right, because ever already means anytime. Adding a specific day would contradict it.
Exactly, and that's a mistake even strong learners make sometimes, mixing ever with a specific time word, which is a bit like asking a question in 2 different tenses at once. We'll dig much deeper into that whole idea on day 6.
Another sneak peek. You really can't help yourself this week.
I really can't. Okay, let's try some fun ones. Have you ever eaten a bug?
Mr. B.
It's a real question. People eat crickets in some places.
Okay. Honestly, yes, I have. Once on a trip. I'm not proud of it, but I have.
See, that's a perfect answer. Yes, I have. Short, simple, and it uses the same have from the question.
Okay, my turn. Have you ever fallen asleep during a meeting?
No comment.
That's a yes. I can hear it in your silence.
Fine. Yes, I have. Once. In my defense, it was a very long meeting, and honestly, the room was very warm and very quiet.
In my defense, I love that. We're going to come back to that phrase and say it better today.
One more before we move on. Have you ever worn two different shoes by accident?
Yes, once. I didn't notice until lunchtime and someone had to tell me.
See, have you ever just naturally pulls these little stories out of people? That's why it's such a fun, powerful question. Okay, let's slow down and look at the answers properly because there's a nice little pattern here too.
Go for it.
For yes, the short answer is yes, I have. You don't repeat the whole verb again, just have.
And for no?
No, I haven't. Same idea. Short, clean, no need to repeat the whole sentence.
What about has instead of have for he or she?
Same pattern. Has she ever been to Korea? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. The short answer just borrows whichever helping word was in the question.
So if the question uses has, the answer uses has too.
Exactly. That little matching trick works for basically every yes-no question in English, not just this one.
What if I want to add more detail, not just the yes or no?
Great question. You can add a full sentence after. Yes, I have. I ate sushi last year in Osaka. Notice once we add the specific time, last year, we switch to past simple for the details.
Oh, so the question is present perfect, the experience, but the details afterward often become past simple.
Exactly. This is a beautiful example of the two tenses working as a team, just like we hinted at on day one. Have you ever opens the door with present perfect and then past simple walks through and tells the story.
I love that image. Present perfect opens the door, past simple tells the story.
And there's one more answer pattern too. Never. No, I've never eaten a bug. Or even shorter, I've never have.
Is never stronger than just no, I haven't?
A little bit, yes. Never adds emphasis. It really underlines that in your whole life, this has 0 times happened.
I have never, ever in my entire life eaten a bug on purpose.
Okay, noted. Accidental bug eating is apparently still on the table.
We do not need to discuss that further.
Okay, your turn. This is the fun part.
Think of a have you ever question, maybe about food, travel, or something a little embarrassing.
Ask it out loud like you're really asking someone. Have you ever?
Then answer your own question. Honestly, yes, I have, no, I haven't, or no, I never have.
Pause the episode now and do your question and answer out loud.
However you answered, no judgment here. That's the whole point of this pattern. It's just real life in a sentence.
Okay, I have a game. I'll ask silly have you ever questions and you answer super fast, honestly, no thinking.
Oh no, okay, go.
Have you ever sung in the shower?
Yes, I have, constantly.
Have you ever forgotten someone's name right after they said it?
Yes, I have, every single time.
Have you ever laughed at completely the wrong moment?
Yes, in a very quiet library, actually.
Have you ever pretended to understand something you didn't understand at all?
Absolutely, yes, I have. Probably in this very sentence.
Perfect answers, all of them. See how natural that felt? No stopping to think about grammar. The pattern just comes out.
Okay, my turn to ask you rapid fire. Ready?
Uh-oh. Okay, go.
Have you ever cried during a movie?
Yes, I have. More than once, honestly.
Have you ever called your teacher mom or dad by accident?
Yes, in front of the whole class. Everyone laughed.
Have you ever tried to open a door that was clearly a push and pulled instead?
Yes, I have. This week, actually.
This week? Okay, that's the funniest answer yet. That's honestly the goal, right? Have you ever should feel as automatic as saying hello.
Exactly. And here's a tip. This pattern is amazing for small talk. At a party, on a first date, meeting new coworkers, have you ever is a fantastic, friendly way to learn about someone fast.
It's true. It's so much more interesting than what do you do?
Have you ever traveled somewhere completely alone is a much better icebreaker than talking about the weather. One more round, and this time go a little deeper.
Think of a have you ever question about something meaningful, a place, a skill, a big life moment.
Ask it out loud, and this time answer with a full sentence, adding a specific detail using past simple, just like we've practiced.
For example, have you ever lived in another country? Yes, I have. I lived in Thailand for 2 years.
Pause the episode now and try your full version. Question, short answer, and one detail sentence.
However you did it, beautifully done. You just used both tenses, working together exactly like a native speaker.
Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go, and I'm still recovering from the bug question.
First word, experience, used as a verb this time, to experience. This means to go through something, to have it happen to you. For example, I want to experience living abroad someday. Or, she experienced a lot of stress last year.
Second word, emphasis. This means extra importance or extra strength given to something. For example, using never adds emphasis to your answer. Or, the teacher put emphasis on the last word of the sentence.
And the small tip, you can also stress the word with your voice for extra emphasis. Third word, icebreaker. This means something that helps start a conversation with someone new. For example, have you ever is a great icebreaker question. Or they used a fun game as an icebreaker at the party.
Fourth word, automatic. This means happening without thinking, naturally, like a habit. For example, by day 7, this pattern should feel automatic. Or locking the door is automatic for me now. I don't even think about it.
And that's really the goal of this whole week, making present perfect automatic. Fifth word, honest. This means truthful, saying what's really true, even if it's a little embarrassing. For example, be honest. Have you ever eaten a bug? Or, I gave an honest answer, even though it was embarrassing.
Experience, emphasis, icebreaker, automatic, honest. 5 words, and somehow all 5 describe this exact episode. Try using one of them in a sentence about your own life today. It really helps the word stick. Time for Say It Better.
Today's upgrade is all about sounding more natural when you answer "have you ever" questions.
Okay, a learner says, yes, one time I did that.
That's understandable, but it's a bit flat, and it doesn't match the question's tense. A more natural answer, yes, I have. Actually, just once.
Ooh, yes I have first, then the detail after. That matches the pattern we practiced.
Exactly. And remember Anna's phrase from earlier, in my defense? That's a great natural phrase to add after an embarrassing yes. Yes, I have. In my defense, it was a very long meeting.
I knew we'd come back to that.
It's genuinely useful. It softens an embarrassing confession with a little humor. Okay, one more. A learner says, no, never in my life this happened.
The word order there is really mixed up.
Right. The natural way is no, that's never happened to me. Or even simpler, no, never.
Short, punchy, and honestly, that's exactly how people really talk.
One last upgrade. Instead of just yes, I have, try adding a little reaction, like a real conversation. Yes, I have, actually more than once. Or no, I haven't, but I really want to.
Those little extra words, actually, but I really want to, make it sound like a real conversation, not a grammar exercise.
One more, and this is a really common one. A learner says, I have ever been to London.
That's using ever in a yes statement, which doesn't quite work. Ever mostly belongs in questions and negatives.
Exactly right. The natural version is just, I have been to London. Drop ever completely in a positive statement. It's already doing its job inside the question.
So, ever asks the question, but it usually disappears once you actually answer yes.
Let's compare formal and casual English with have you ever too.
Does this pattern change in more formal situations?
The grammar stays the same, but you'll often hear a slightly more formal version in interviews or professional settings. Have you ever worked in a team environment instead of something like, have you ever had a job with a team?
So, more formal vocabulary, same have you ever structure underneath.
Exactly. And the answers get more formal too. Casually with a friend, you might say, yeah, tons of times. Very relaxed, very short.
But in an interview, you'd probably say, yes, I have. In my previous role, I worked closely with a team of 5.
Right. Full sentence, professional vocabulary, and the specific relevant detail. Same underlying grammar, very different energy.
It's interesting. This question is genuinely one of the most common interview questions, too. Have you ever handled a difficult situation at work?
Texting sits somewhere in the middle, too. Texting a friend, you might just write, ever tried kimchi? So good. Dropped have, no capital letters, very relaxed.
But texting a colleague, you'd probably write the full question. Have you ever used this software before?
Exactly. The more professional the relationship, the more complete the grammar tends to get, even in something as casual as a text message. And that's really the bigger point today. Mastering have you ever isn't just fun small talk. It's genuinely useful for job interviews, dating, making friends, almost anywhere. Quick recap before today's challenge.
Have you ever, plus a past participle, asks about your whole life experience, not one specific time.
Short answers, yes I have, no I haven't, or for extra emphasis, no I never have.
And when you add a detail with a specific time, that detail often switches to past simple. Present perfect opens the door, past simple tells the story.
Keep that image in your head this week. It really does explain most of what we're doing. And don't forget, have you ever belongs in the question, but it usually disappears once you say yes. All right, today's challenge, and honestly, this might be the most fun one yet.
Ask and answer 3 have you ever questions out loud.
They can be silly like ours today, or serious. Travel, food, skills, anything from your real life. Try to mix it up. Maybe one silly one about travel or food, and one a little more personal.
For example, have you ever traveled alone? Yes, I have. I traveled to Vietnam by myself last year.
Or a silly one like ours. Have you ever worn mismatched shoes? Yes, I have, and nobody told me for hours.
Do your best to pick questions that actually make you smile or even laugh a little.
However you did it, that's fantastic. You just practiced one of the most useful, most natural patterns in all of English. So today, remember, have you ever plus a past participle asks about your life experience, and the short answers are yes, I have, or no, I haven't, or no, never.
And somewhere along the way, we confessed to eating a bug, wearing mismatched shoes, and falling asleep in a meeting. So honestly, thank you for that.
Grammar practice or group therapy? Nobody really knows anymore.
Tomorrow, on day 4, we zoom in on 3 tiny words that change everything. Just, already, and yet.
Tiny words, big power. Come back for that one.
See you then.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now. Okay, Anna, I need you to imagine something with me.
Okay, I'm imagining.
You ordered food 20 minutes ago. You are hungry. You're checking the app every 30 seconds.
Mr. B, this isn't imagination. This is my Tuesday night.
Exactly. And in that one tiny, painful situation, you probably say all 3 of today's words without even noticing.
Wait, really? Which 3 words?
The driver has just left a restaurant. Oh, good, it's already on the way. But it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Just, already, yet, all 3 in one hungry, impatient minute.
Hey, welcome back to English Podcast. Simple English, real life, every day.
And welcome to day 4 of the 7-day present perfect challenge.
Quick recap first. Day 1, the big idea. Day 2, how to build the sentence. Day 3, have you ever for life experience.
And today, we tackle 3 tiny words that native speakers use constantly every single day, often without even realizing it.
Just, already, yet.
3 words, 1 suitcase full of meaning.
I love that. Because honestly, these 3 little words are where present perfect gets really, really useful and really fun to play with.
Why fun?
Because each one has its own personality. Just is speedy, already is a little bit smug, and yet is basically standing at the door, tapping its foot, waiting.
I already love this episode, and we haven't even started the lesson yet.
Anna, did you hear what you just did?
What did I do?
You used already and yet correctly in one sentence without even trying.
I did? Oh my gosh, I did!
It's like today's grammar was hiding in plain sight inside a completely normal sentence you'd say without thinking twice.
Sneaky little words. I like them already.
See, that's the secret today. These little words are already inside your English. We're just going to shine a light on them.
Let's get into it. This is going to be a fun one.
Let's start with just. Just means something happened very, very recently, moments ago, practically.
I have just finished my coffee, meaning like right now, seconds ago.
Exactly. And notice where just sits in the sentence, right between have and the past participle.
Have just finished, not I have finished just or I just have finished.
Right, that middle spot is its home. She has just left. They have just arrived. We have just started.
Let's do the delivery example properly now. The driver has just left the restaurant.
Meaning, this literally just happened, seconds ago. The food is basically still warm from the kitchen.
What if I say the driver left the restaurant without just in past simple?
Then it just sounds like a plain fact, no excitement, no wow, that was fast energy. Just adds that freshness. This is brand new information.
So just is almost like an emotional word too, not only a time word.
Exactly, it adds energy. I've just seen the funniest video. He's just told me the best news. There's excitement built right into the word.
Okay, my turn. I have just remembered I left the oven on.
Anna!
It's an example. I promise the oven is fine.
Good, because just makes that sentence sound extremely urgent and my heart actually jumped a little.
Does just ever mean something other than recently? I feel like I've heard it in other ways.
Good catch. English recycles this little word a lot. Just can also mean only, like it's just a small problem, or simply, like just relax. But today we're focused on the time meaning, very recent, seconds or minutes ago.
So context tells me which just I'm hearing.
Exactly. And honestly, in present perfect sentences specifically, it's almost always the recently meaning. That's a nice, reliable shortcut. Okay, your turn with just.
Think of something that happened to you very, very recently. Maybe minutes ago, maybe seconds ago.
Say it out loud using have or has plus just plus the past participle. For example, I have just started this episode.
Pause the episode now and say your sentence out loud.
Nice! However you said it, that fresh, just happened feeling is exactly what we're going for.
Okay, next word, already. And you said this one is a little smug?
A little. Already often carries a small feeling of, surprise, I did it faster than you expected, or surprise, it's earlier than you thought.
Can you show me the position? Is it the same spot as just?
It can go in that same middle spot, I have already eaten, or it can go at the very end of the sentence, I've eaten already. Both are correct and both are common.
I've already finished my homework. Middle position.
I finished my homework already. End position. Same meaning, slightly different rhythm.
So which one should I use?
Honestly, it's mostly a style choice. The end position often feels a tiny bit more casual, a bit more emphatic, like you're proud of it.
Okay, let's go back to the delivery example. Oh good, it's already on the way.
Perfect. And notice the surprise energy there. Maybe you expect it to wait longer and already shows that pleasant surprise.
Wait, you've already cleaned the whole kitchen in 10 minutes?
Exactly that tone. Already almost always comes with a tiny bit of wow attached.
Does it always mean something good, though? Not always, right?
Not always. It can be neutral too. I've already seen that movie. Just means, simply, this isn't new to me. No big emotion, just information.
So the surprise feeling is common, but not required.
Exactly. Context and your tone of voice usually make the feeling clear. One more silly one. My mom's classic line, "You already eaten? It's only 2 o'clock."
Perfect example. That's already doing exactly its job, showing surprise that something happened earlier than expected.
Wait, what about the opposite? Can already ever sound annoyed instead of impressed?
Actually, yes. Are you leaving already? Can sound a little disappointed, like, so soon? I wanted more time. Same word, but the emotion flips depending on the situation.
So already is flexible, impressed, neutral, or even a little sad, all with the exact same word.
Exactly. And that's honestly true for a lot of small English words. The grammar stays fixed, but the feeling shifts with your voice and the situation around it.
And now, my personal favorite, yet. The word that's basically standing by the door, tapping its foot.
Okay, I need this explained immediately.
Okay, yet means up to now, this hasn't happened, but it usually implies you're expecting it to happen soon.
But it hasn't arrived yet, from our delivery story.
Exactly. And notice, yet almost always shows up in negative sentences or in questions, not usually in a simple yes statement.
So where does it sit in the sentence?
Almost always at the very end. I haven't finished yet. Has she called yet? We haven't decided yet.
Let's role play this one. You're the hungry, impatient customer, and I'm the delivery app.
Okay, checking phone impatiently. Has the food arrived yet?
No, it has not arrived yet. Please continue waiting.
I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, and it's already 6 o'clock.
Continue to wait for food.
Patient? I have never been less patient in my entire life.
Okay, that's not really today's grammar anymore. That's just you being dramatic.
Fair point, but you have to admit, it's realistic.
Look at that. You just used already and yet again perfectly in a moment of real hunger and real feeling.
The grammar just comes out naturally when the feeling is real. That's honestly the whole secret of this episode.
Can you give one more yet question? Something not about food this time.
Sure, have you tried the new cafe yet? Or have you watched the season finale yet? Both are gentle, casual questions, just checking on progress.
And I'm guessing the answer follows the same pattern, too.
Exactly. No, I haven't watched it yet. No spoilers, please. Or yes, I have. Actually, I watched it yesterday.
Interesting. So once the answer is yes, yet usually disappears, kind of like what happened with ever back on day 3.
Exact same pattern. Yet and ever both live mostly in questions and negatives, and mostly step aside once you actually say yes.
Quick question. Is yet ever used in a positive statement?
Rarely, but sometimes in a slightly formal or literary way. There is yet hope. Mostly, though, stick to negatives and questions, and you'll sound completely natural.
Got it. Yet waits by the door, already shows up early with a smile, and just runs in out of breath seconds after it happened.
I could not have described those 3 words better myself. Okay, big practice round. All 3 words together.
Describe 3 things, something you've just done, something you've already done today, and something you haven't done yet.
For example, I have just made coffee. I have already checked my email. I haven't left the house yet.
Pause the episode now and say your 3 sentences out loud, one for each word.
However you did it, beautiful work. You just used all 3 flavors of recent present perfect back to back. Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go, and I'm still a little hungry from that role play.
First word, recent. This means happening a short time ago, close to now. For example, this is a very recent update. Or, I have a recent memory of that.
Makes sense. Just and recent basically live in the same neighborhood. Second word, surprise, as a feeling, something unexpected that makes you react. For example, already often adds a little surprise to a sentence. Or, what a nice surprise to see you here.
And that's exactly the feeling behind half our already examples today. Third word, impatient. This means not wanting to wait, feeling restless while waiting. For example, I get impatient when food deliveries take too long, or he tapped his foot impatiently.
which, again, was basically your entire personality during our roleplay. Fourth word, emphatic. This means said with strong feeling or force to really stress a point. For example, putting already at the end can sound more emphatic, or she gave an emphatic no.
Good one to remember when you want your English to sound extra confident. And the fifth word, expect or expected. This means to think something will happen, often before it does. For example, I expected the package sooner, or that result was totally expected.
Recent, surprise, impatient, emphatic, expected. 5 words, and honestly, all 5 basically describe waiting for food delivery.
It really is the perfect real-life example for today. Try using one of these 5 words in a sentence about your own day. Great practice.
Time for Say It Better.
Today's mistakes are all about word position. These tiny words are buried, but they're picky about where they stand.
Okay, a learner says, I have finished just my homework.
Close, but just is in the wrong spot there. It should be, I have just finished my homework. Remember, right between have and the participle.
Have just finished. That middle seat is reserved.
Exactly. Okay, next one. A learner says, I have eat already dinner.
2 problems there. Eat should be the participle eaten, and already dinner needs rearranging.
Right. The natural version is, I have already eaten dinner, or I have eaten dinner already. Either position works, but not right in front of the noun.
One more?
Last one, a really common mistake. A learner says, have you finished already? When they actually mean to ask if something is done yet, not with surprise.
So what's the difference exactly?
Have you finished already sounds surprised, like, wow, that was fast. But have you finished yet is a neutral, simple question, just checking on progress.
Oh, that's such a small swap with such a big change in feeling.
Exactly, and that's really the heart of today's lesson. These tiny words carry big emotional weight. One bonus mistake since we're on the roll. A learner says, I haven't finished already.
Something feels off there, but I can't quite name it.
Right, already almost never appears in a negative sentence like that. The natural version is, I haven't finished yet. Negatives call for yet, not already.
So it's not just about position, it's also about which word fits which type of sentence in the first place.
Exactly. Already loves positive sentences, yet loves negatives and questions, and just is happy almost anywhere. Let's compare formal and casual English with today's words too.
Do just, already, and yet change in formal situations?
The words themselves stay the same, but the surrounding sentence gets more complete and more polished. Casually with a friend, you might say, done it already. Short, punchy, subject dropped.
Formally, in a work email, you'd probably write, I have already completed the requested report.
Exactly. Full subject, full verb, and a slightly more formal word, completed instead of done.
What about yet in a professional setting?
Good one. Casually, not yet, sorry. Very short. Formally, you might write, I have not yet received the response from the client.
Notice, longer sentence, full negative form, have not, and a more formal verb, received, instead of gotten.
Exactly. And just tends to stay fairly similar in both situations. It's genuinely useful in both casual chat and professional updates. I have just submitted the form works perfectly in an email too.
So out of the 3, just is the most flexible across situations.
Right. While already and yet shift their surrounding words a bit more depending on how formal you need to sound. Quick recap before today's challenge.
Just, very recent, sits between have and the participle. I have just finished.
Already happened before now, often with a little surprise, middle or end. I have already finished, or I have finished already.
Yet hasn't happened, mostly in negatives and questions, end position. I haven't finished yet. Have you finished yet?
Just as speedy, already is a little bit smug, and yet is waiting by the door, tapping its foot, still checking the delivery app. Keep those 3 personalities in mind and you really can't go wrong. All right, today's challenge.
Describe 3 things: something you've just done, something you've already done today, and something you haven't done yet.
One sentence for each word. Just, already, yet.
For example, I have just made a cup of tea. I have already exercised today. I haven't checked my messages yet.
Pause the episode and say your 3 sentences out loud, one at a time, checking the word position carefully. Just in the middle, already in the middle or the end, yet all the way at the end.
And honestly, have fun with this one. A food delivery example totally counts if you happen to be waiting for something right now, too.
However you did it, fantastic work. You just described your whole day using 3 of the most natural words in English, and you probably barely had to think about the grammar at all. So today, remember, just is speedy, already is a little bit smug, and yet is waiting by the door, tapping its foot, still checking the delivery app.
Tomorrow, on day 5, we learn how to talk about how long something has been true using since and for.
2 more small words, 2 more big superpowers. Come back for that one. You already know you're going to enjoy it.
See you then.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now.
Wait. You like pineapple on pizza?
Yes, I do. Is that a crime?
Since when?
Since always? I've always liked it, Mr. B.
Since when, Anna? Do you know what you just made me say?
You made a very dramatic pizza comment.
I made today's episode title. Since when is something we say all the time when we're surprised, but it's also hiding a real grammar pattern underneath.
Oh, because since is also a real time word, not just a dramatic reaction.
Exactly. Since when do you like pineapple pizza is really just a very emotional way of asking, starting from what point did this become true?
So even my defensive pizza outburst was secretly grammatical.
It really was, and that's the whole trick of today's episode. This word is already living in your everyday English and idioms and reactions long before we even open the grammar book.
Love that framing. Okay, go on, do the actual welcome now.
Exactly. Hey, welcome back to Podcast by MrB. Simple English, real life, every day.
Day 5 of the 7-day present perfect challenge.
Halfway? Okay, more than halfway now. Quick recap. Day 1, the big idea. Day 2, building the sentence. Day 3, have you ever for experience. Day 4, just, already, yet for recent actions.
And today, we learn how to talk about how long something has been true using 2 small but mighty words, since and for.
And don't worry, nobody's judging your pizza choices today. We're just using them for grammar.
Good, because I will defend pineapple pizza with my whole chest.
Noted. For the record.
Okay, so what's the actual difference between since and for?
Great question. And honestly, it's simpler than most learners think. For answers how long, a length of time. Since answers starting when, a starting point.
So, a length versus a starting line.
I love that. A length versus a starting line. Keep that image. It's going to help all episode long.
Let's get into it, and let's have some fun with this one.
Let's start with for. For is followed by a length of time, a duration. 2 minutes, 3 years, a long time.
I have lived here for 5 years. 4 plus the length, 5 years.
Exactly. And notice, present perfect here isn't about one finished moment. It's about something that started in the past and is still true right now.
So it connects to day 1 again. This is the connected to now meaning, but stretched across time.
Beautifully said. I have lived here for 5 years means I started 5 years ago and I still live here today. The action or state is still going.
Let's do a pizza example, obviously. I have loved pineapple pizza for my whole life.
Devoted, truly devoted. Okay, other examples. She has worked here for 3 months. They have known each other for 10 years. We have been friends for a long time.
What kinds of words usually come after for?
Basically any length, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, or even vague amounts like a while, a long time, ages.
I haven't eaten anything for ages. Very dramatic, very me during our day 4 delivery story.
Perfect callback and perfect use of for with a vague, exaggerated length.
Quick question, does for always mean the action is still happening, or can it be finished?
Great catch. With present perfect specifically, for usually shows something still true right now. I have lived here for 5 years, still living here. But careful, for also shows up in past simple, and there it just describes a finished stretch of time. I lived in Paris for 2 years, but I don't live there anymore.
Oh, so for itself doesn't decide finished or unfinished, the tense around it does.
Exactly right. For just measures the length. The tense tells you whether that length is still going or already closed.
That's a really useful distinction. I hadn't thought about for showing up in both tenses before. Okay, now since, the starting line.
Right. Since is followed by a specific point in time, not a length. A year, a day, an event, a moment something started.
I have lived here since 2021. Since plus the starting point, 2021.
Exactly. So think about it this way. If it's 2026 now and I moved in 2021, for would say for 5 years, and since would say since 2021. Same true fact, 2 different ways to say it.
Oh, that's such a clean way to see it. They're really just 2 roads to the same destination.
Exactly, and that's the real key to this whole episode. Let's do more since examples. She has worked here since March. They have known each other since college. We have been friends since we were kids.
I have loved pineapple pizza since I was 7 years old.
A very specific, very confident timeline for your pizza opinions.
Can since ever follow an event, not just a date?
Yes, exactly what you just did. Since I was 7, since we moved here, since the pandemic started. Any clear starting point works, whether it's a date or a moment.
So since is flexible about what kind of starting point it uses, as long as it's a clear point, not a length.
Exactly right. That's the one rule to protect. Never put a length after since. Since 2 years is a very common mistake, and it should always be for 2 years.
Can we do the math trick again, converting since into for?
Sure. If I say I have worked here since 2022 and it's currently 2026, do the quick math. That's roughly 4 years. So I could also say I have worked here for about 4 years.
So if I know the since answer, I can always calculate the for answer.
Exactly. And the reverse works too. If I know for 4 years and I know today's year, I can work backward to find the since year.
Okay, quick math challenge. Since when have you liked pineapple pizza if you've liked it for about 15 years?
Wait, that's my line, but fine. If it's been 15 years and we're in 2026, that means since around 2011.
See, you just converted for into since live on the spot. That's exactly the skill.
Okay, quick practice round with both words.
Think of something true about your own life, where you live, a hobby, a job, a friendship.
Say it once with for using a length of time. For example, I have played guitar for 6 years.
Then say the same idea with since using a starting point. For example, I have played guitar since I was 12.
Encourage pause the episode now and try both versions out loud.
However you said it, great work. You just described the exact same fact 2 completely correct ways.
Now, let's talk about the question that usually starts this whole conversation.
How long have you?
Exactly. How long have you lived here? How long have you known him? How long have you loved pineapple pizza, Anna?
Since birth, apparently, according to today's episode.
Fair enough. And notice this question doesn't tell you whether to answer with for or since. You choose based on what feels natural.
So if someone asks, how long, I can answer either way?
Exactly. For 3 years or since 2023 are both perfectly good answers to the exact same question.
Let's play a little game. I'll ask you how long questions, and you answer however feels natural, for or since, your choice.
Okay, let's do it.
How long have you been making this podcast?
I have been making this podcast since the very first episode, obviously, or for quite a while now if we're being vague.
Very diplomatic answer. My turn. How long have you known how to swim?
I have known how to swim since I was about 6.
How long have you had your current phone?
I've had this phone for almost 2 years now.
See how naturally that switched back and forth? Sometimes a date pops into your head first, sometimes a length does. Either one is completely fine.
Exactly. And honestly, that's the real goal today. Not memorizing a rule, but feeling comfortable reaching for whichever comes in mind first.
Okay, my turn to answer, and you ask me something a little trickier.
All right. How long have you and I been co-hosting this podcast together?
Oh, put me on the spot. Since the 30-day challenge started, I think. So honestly, for quite a few months now.
See, even I don't have the exact number memorized, and that's completely fine. For quite a few months now is a totally natural, totally correct answer.
That's reassuring, actually. I always thought I needed the exact date ready.
Not at all. Native speakers estimate constantly. For a while, since forever, for a few years now, all completely normal everyday English. One more round. Let's make it a real how long interview.
Ask yourself out loud, how long have I lived in my city? Or how long have I known my best friend?
Then answer with whichever feels more natural, for plus a length, or since plus a starting point.
Pause the episode now and try your own how long question and answer.
However you did it, wonderful. You just used one of the most common real conversation patterns in all of English. Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go. And yes, I'm still fully committed to pineapple pizza.
First word, duration. This means the length of time something lasts. For example, the duration of the flight was 6 hours. Or, we talked about the duration of the project.
Second word, starting point. This means the exact moment something begins. For example, 2021 was the starting point of my new job, or find the starting point of the story.
Nice, and that phrase basically describes exactly what since points to. Third word, vague. This means not exact or not clear, a little fuzzy. For example, a while is a pretty vague amount of time. Or, his answer was vague, so I asked again.
Which describes about half of your answers in that little game we just played. Fourth word, devoted. This means loyal, very committed to something over time. For example, she's a devoted fan of that band. Or, I'm devoted to my Sunday morning coffee.
Which again describes your relationship with pineapple pizza perfectly. And the fifth word, flexible. This means able to change or adapt easily, not fixed. For example, since is flexible. It can follow a date or an event. Or, my work schedule is pretty flexible.
Duration, starting point, vague, devoted, flexible. 5 words, and somehow 3 of them are now permanently linked to pizza in my brain.
Try building a sentence with any of these 5 words by your own day today. It's genuinely great practice, and it helps the words stick for next time.
Time for Say It Better.
Today's mistakes are the classic since and for mix-up. Probably the single most common mistake with this whole topic.
Okay, a learner says, I have lived here since 5 years.
Very common mistake. 5 years is a length, so it needs for. I have lived here for 5 years. Since would need a point, like since 2021.
Length gets for, point gets since. No mixing them up.
Exactly. Next one. A learner says, I have worked here for 2019.
That's the opposite mistake. 2019 is a point in time, not a length.
Right. The natural version is, I have worked here since 2019. Point gets since, always.
One more?
Last one. A learner says, I know her since long time.
2 problems there. The verb tense is wrong, and the phrase is a little jumbled.
Right. The natural version is, I have known her for a long time. Present perfect, for, because a long time is a length, not a point.
So really, this whole topic comes down to one clean test. Ask yourself, is this a length or a point? And the word picks itself.
One bonus mistake since we're on a roll. A learner says, I have known him for since I was young.
Using both words at once. I've never even thought to make that mistake.
It happens more than you'd think, usually from nerves. The fix is just to pick one. I have known him since I was young, or I have known him for a long time. never both together.
One length word or one point word, never a combo.
Exactly. And that's honestly the perfect one-sentence summary of the entire lesson. Let's compare formal and casual English with since and for too.
Does the grammar change in formal situations?
The grammar stays exactly the same. Length gets for, point gets since, no matter how formal the setting. What usually changes is the surrounding vocabulary and sentence length.
Casually, with a friend, you might say, I've worked there for like 2 years.
Right, relaxed with a filler word like thrown in. Formally, in an interview, you'd probably say, I have been employed there for approximately 2 years.
Longer, more formal words, employed instead of worked, and approximately instead of like.
Exactly. And since shows up constantly in professional writing too. Resumes, cover letters, official bios. I have led this team since 2022. Sounds confident and clear in almost any formal document.
So this pattern is genuinely one of the most useful ones for describing experience professionally, not just casually.
Completely. Job interviews love the question, how long have you? So today's lesson is honestly great interview preparation too.
Even texting fits somewhere in the middle here too, right?
Definitely. Texting a friend, you might just write, known him since forever, LOL. Drop the words, very relaxed. But texting a new coworker, you'd probably write the fuller version. I've known him for a few years now, actually.
Same underlying grammar, just a little more polished depending on who's reading it.
Quick recap before today's challenge.
Word for plus a length of time. Minutes, months, years, a while. I have lived here for 5 years.
And since plus a starting point, a date, a year, an event. I have lived here since 2021.
A length versus a starting line. Ask yourself which one you have, and the right word picks itself.
And remember, never put a length after since and never put a point after for. That one small rule fixes almost every mistake. All right, today's challenge.
Say 2 sentences about your own life, one using for and one using since.
They can be about the same topic like we practiced, or 2 completely different topics. Your choice.
For example, I have studied English for 2 years. I have studied English since 2024.
Ideally, pause the episode and say your 2 sentences out loud, checking carefully. Length after for, point after since.
And if a pizza opinion sneaks its way into your sentence, honestly, we fully support that today.
However you did it, fantastic work. You just described how long something has been true in your life 2 natural ways. So today, remember, for plus a length, since plus a starting point. A length versus a starting line.
Tomorrow, on day 6, we tackle the trap zone. Why a specific time word always forces past simple, even when a sentence feels like present perfect.
The big one. The one we've been teasing since day 1.
Since day 1! Look at that! More homework grammar sneaking into real life.
It really is everywhere once you notice. See you tomorrow.
See you then.
Simple English, real life. Every day. Bye for now.
So yesterday I have went to the doctor and...
Wait, freeze, rewind.
What? What's wrong?
You just said yesterday I have went. Do you know what you just did?
I told you about my day?
You broke English live on air in the first 5 seconds of the episode.
Okay, that was completely on purpose, I promise.
Oh, thank goodness. Because for one horrible second, I thought 5 days of teaching had failed.
Nope, that one broken little sentence is exactly today's lesson. Something about it sounds almost okay, right? Almost natural?
Honestly, yeah. If you'd said it fast, I might not have caught it.
That's exactly why this mistake is so common. It feels fine right up until it isn't. And this is the one we've been teasing since day 1.
Since day 1, I knew it. You kept saying wait for day 6 every single episode.
Guilty. I've been building this moment for 5 straight days, and honestly, I regret nothing at all.
Okay, drum roll please. What is the trap?
The trap is this. A tiny little time word, yesterday, last week, in 2020, 2 days ago, walks into your sentence and instantly, silently, without warning, it forces you into past simple.
even if the sentence feels like it should be present perfect.
Wait, even if it feels connected to now? Even if it feels like an experience?
Doesn't matter. The specific time word wins every single time. No exceptions.
So that's exactly what happened in your doctor story. Yesterday walked in and have went should never have been allowed to stay.
Exactly. Trap sprung. And honestly, that sentence had two mistakes stacked on top of each other. Wrong form and wrong tense entirely.
Okay, I clearly need this whole episode, and apparently so do you.
Hey, welcome back to Podcast by MrB. Simple English, real life, every day.
Day 6, the day we've all been waiting for.
Today's title says it all. Yesterday, not have gone. If yesterday shows up, have gone cannot. It's went. Past simple. Full stop.
That title is so satisfying, honestly. 5 words and the whole lesson is basically already there.
That's exactly why I picked it. I wanted the title itself to be a tiny trap detector all on its own.
Why is this trap so common? Why do learners fall into it?
Honestly, because the trap feels emotionally like present perfect. I have visited Paris feels like a life experience, but add last year and suddenly the grammar rules flip completely, even though the feeling barely changes.
So the feeling can trick you, but the time word is the real boss.
Perfectly said. Time word is the boss. Today we make sure that trap never catches you or me again.
Let's spring some traps. This is going to be so much fun.
Okay, let's slow it down. Present perfect connects to now. Remember day 1, no specific time. The moment you add a specific time word, the sentence needs to close and past simple takes over.
So it's really about one simple rule. Does the sentence contain a specific time word, yes or no?
Exactly. If yes, past simple, no matter what. If no, present perfect is available.
Can you list the classic trap words, the ones that force past simple?
Sure. Yesterday, last night, last week, last year. In 2020, in June, on Monday. 2 days ago, a long time ago, when I was a child. All of these are specific points, and all of them force past simple.
Let's make this a game. I'll say a sentence and you shout trap if it's broken or safe if it's correct.
Oh, I love this. Go.
You have finished your homework yesterday.
Trap. Yesterday plus present perfect, instant crime. Should be I finished my homework yesterday.
You have finished your homework.
Safe. No time word, present perfect is completely fine.
She went to Japan in 2019.
Safe. Past simple matching the specific time 2019. Perfect combination.
She has been to Japan in 2019.
Trap. In 2019 with present perfect? Nope. Should be she went to Japan in 2019, or if you drop the year, she has been to Japan works fine.
Wow, that one's sneaky. Such a small change breaks the whole sentence.
It really is sneaky, and that's exactly why it trips up even strong learners no matter how long they've been studying. The words around the time marker can look totally fine. It's just that one word doing all the damage.
One more round. Let's do it fast. No explanations, just the buzzer sounds.
I love it. Go.
We have painted the house last summer.
Trap.
We have painted the house twice.
Safe.
He has met the president when he was young.
Trap.
He has met the president before.
Safe.
You're really good at this game. Almost suspiciously good.
5 days of present perfect will do that to a person. Your turn to be the trap detector.
Think of 3 sentences about your day, but don't say them yet.
For one sentence, use a specific time word like yesterday or last week and make sure it's past simple. For another, use no specific time and make it present perfect.
Pause the episode now and say your sentences out loud, checking each one carefully. Trap or safe?
However you did it, great work. That checking instinct is exactly the real skill we're building today.
Okay, are there any sneakier traps? Ones that really surprise people?
Oh, definitely. Here's a big one. Ago. 2 years ago, a few minutes ago, a while ago. Ago always means past simple.
I have graduated 3 years ago.
Trap. Should be I graduated 3 years ago. Ago is one of the strongest trap words out there. It almost never appears with present perfect.
What about words that seem similar but actually aren't traps, like recently?
Great question. Recently is actually flexible. It can work with both tenses. I recently visited Paris. Past simple. Totally fine. I have recently started a new job. Present perfect. Also totally fine.
Oh, good. So not every time-feeling word is a trap.
Right. Recently is more like a friendly neighbor than a trap. The real hard traps are the specific ones. An exact day, an exact year, an exact number of units ago.
What about today or this morning? Those feel time-related too.
Good instinct to check. Those are actually a special case. If the time period isn't finished yet, present perfect still works. I have called him today is fine if the day isn't over, but I called him this morning, past simple, works if the morning has already passed.
Oh, so it's not just about the word itself. Sometimes it's about whether that time period is actually finished or not.
Exactly. Today, this week, this month are flexible, unfinished time words. Yesterday, last week, specific years, those time periods are always closed, no matter what time it is right now.
Okay, that's a genuinely useful nuance. I'm glad we covered that one. Let's do a final round. Trickier sentences this time.
Bring it on.
I have never eaten sushi before yesterday.
Trap. Yesterday sneaking in at the end doesn't save it. Should be, I had never eaten sushi before yesterday, which is actually a different tense entirely. Or simpler, I never ate sushi before yesterday.
Ooh, that one's a bonus lesson hiding inside a trap.
It really is, but for now, the takeaway is simple. That specific time word still forces you away from plain present perfect.
We have lived here since 2020.
Safe. Since plus a starting point is completely different from a bare time word. Remember day 5. Since actually pairs beautifully with present perfect.
Right. Since points backwards from now, so it doesn't close the story the way yesterday does.
Exactly. Since and for are actually present perfect's best friends, while yesterday, ago, and specific dates are its natural enemies.
Present perfect's best friends and natural enemies. I love that framing.
One more sneaky one. Question words. When did you finish versus have you finished?
Oh, that's interesting. When is asking for a specific time.
Exactly. And because when is literally asking for a specific time answer, the question itself has to be past simple. When did you finish? Never have you finished.
So even the question word can act like a trap trigger before any answer is even given.
Exactly right. When and present perfect just don't mix ever. That's actually one of the cleanest, most reliable rules in this whole episode. One more detector round, and this time fix the broken ones out loud.
I'll give you 3 sentences. Say trap or safe, and if it's a trap, fix it out loud immediately.
Ready when you are.
He has called me 2 hours ago.
Trap. Fixed. He called me 2 hours ago.
He has called me twice today.
Safe. No time word, just a count. Completely fine as is.
They have moved to Canada last spring.
Trap. Fixed. They moved to Canada last spring.
Perfect detective work. However you did with your own 3 earlier, that instinct, catch and fix, is exactly today's real skill.
Time for our word tour. 5 words from today's episode.
Let's go. I'm still feeling like a grammar detective.
First word, specific. We used this back on day 1 too. Clear and exact, not general. For example, give me a specific date, not just sometime, or that's a very specific complaint.
Second word, trap. Something hidden that catches you by surprise. For example, that question is a bit of a trap, or don't fall into the trap of overthinking it.
Exactly what today's whole episode is built around. Third word, detector. Something or someone that notices or finds something hidden. For example, my trap detector is fully activated today. Or a smoke detector warns you of danger early.
I am fully a trap detector now, thanks to this episode. Fourth word, instinct. A natural feeling or reaction, without needing to think hard. For example, trust your instinct. Does this feel like a trap? Or her first instinct was to say yes.
And building that instinct is honestly the real goal of this whole week. And the fifth word, enemy or enemies.
someone or something that works against you, opposes you. For example, specific time words are present perfect's natural enemies, or we're not enemies, just friendly rivals.
Specific, trap, detector, instinct, enemy. 5 words, and somehow this whole word tour turned into a spy movie.
Try using one of these 5 words in a sentence about your own day. It's great practice and it locks the word into your memory.
Time for Say It Better.
Today's mistakes are, of course, all trap-related. Let's polish up some real, natural fixes.
A learner says, I have seen that movie 2 weeks ago.
Classic trap. The natural fix, I saw that movie 2 weeks ago. Past simple matching the specific time.
And if I want to keep present perfect, I just drop the time word entirely?
Exactly. I have seen that movie works perfectly fine, as long as no specific time sneaks in.
Next one. A learner says, my brother has born in 2015.
2 issues there, actually. Born needs was, not has, and the specific year confirms it should be past simple entirely. Natural fix, my brother was born in 2015.
One more.
Last one, and it's a sneaky reverse trap. A learner says, I lived here for 5 years, but they still live there right now.
That sentence isn't technically wrong, grammar-wise, but it sends the wrong message.
Exactly. If you still live there, present perfect fits the meaning much better. I have lived here for 5 years. Past simple there accidentally suggests you've already moved away.
So this trap works both directions, adding a wrong specific time or choosing the wrong tense even without one.
Exactly. And that's honestly the deepest lesson of the whole week. It's never just about memorizing a rule. It's about matching the grammar to the real meaning you intend.
One bonus round since I'm having fun. A learner says, did you ever visit London?
Not technically wrong, but it doesn't sound quite as natural as it could. The more common native version is, have you ever visited London? Remember, day 3's ever pairs with present perfect, no specific time attached.
Right. Did you ever isn't broken, but have you ever is the version people actually reach for.
Exactly. A small natural upgrade, not a hard grammar rule this time, just a fluency polish. Let's compare formal and casual English with today's trap too.
Does the trap behave differently in formal writing?
The rule itself never changes. Specific time word always means past simple, formal or casual. But formal writing tends to include more specific time words overall, so watch closely.
Like a report or a resume.
Exactly. The company launched the product in March 2022 is a completely standard professional past simple sentence, thanks to that specific date.
And casually?
Casually, you might just say, yeah, we launched that ages ago. Still past simple underneath, just far more relaxed vocabulary and rhythm.
Any tip for resumes specifically? I feel like that's where this trap really matters.
Great instinct. Here's a genuinely useful tip. Resumes and reports often use past simple more than learners expect, purely because they're packed with specific dates and numbers.
That actually explains something. I always assumed resumes should sound more impressive with present perfect everywhere.
Totally common assumption, but specific dates on a resume, like manage the team of 5 from 2021 to 2023, genuinely call for past simple, dates and all.
So when should a resume actually use present perfect then?
Great question. Save it for skills or responsibilities that are still true today with no dates attached. I have managed cross-functional teams. No date, still true, present perfect fits perfectly.
So the same document can use both depending on whether each line has a date attached or not.
Exactly. And honestly, that's a great real-world way to practice this trap. Next time you update a resume, check every line. Date attached, past simple. No date, still true, present perfect. Quick recap before today's challenge.
Specific time word, yesterday, last week, in 2020, 2 days ago in general, always forces past simple, no matter how the sentence feels.
No specific time word, present perfect is available especially with friends like since, for, already, just, yet, and ever.
Trust the time word, not the feeling. The time word is always the real boss.
And remember the bonus rule too. When questions are always past simple,
never present perfect, because when itself is asking for a specific time.
And guilt come after this mistake. And if you're ever unsure, ask yourself the trap detector question. Is there a specific time hiding in this sentence?
All right, today's challenge, the trap detector live, one more time.
Correct 3 wrong tense sentences out loud, then say the correct version.
You can use ones from today or make up your own broken sentences on purpose, then fix them.
For example, I have visited my grandma last weekend. Trap. Fixed. I visited my grandma last weekend.
Pause the episode, find your 3 broken sentences, and say both the wrong version and the correct version out loud clearly.
And really lean into the drama if you want. Shout trap like we did. It genuinely helps the corrections stick in your memory.
If you're feeling brave, try to break each sentence in a slightly different way too. One with yesterday, one with ago, one with a specific year. That way you're training against the whole family of traps, not just one.
However you did it, that's fantastic work. You just defused the single trickiest trap in this entire 7-day challenge, the one we've been building towards since the very first episode.
So today, remember, a specific time word always forces past simple. Trust the time word, not the feeling.
And tomorrow, day 7, the final day, everything comes together. Past simple and present perfect working side by side in one natural conversation.
The grand finale. Everything we've built this week all in one place, no more traps, just pure natural mixed conversation, exactly the way real native speakers actually talk.
See you then for the last day.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now.
Hey, so how was your week?
Honestly, a lot. I've been so busy. I finally finished that report on Tuesday, and then I got a cold 2 days later.
Oh, no. Have you taken anything for it?
Just tea, mostly. I haven't had time to see a doctor. What about you? How's your week been?
Pretty good, actually. I went to a new coffee shop on Monday. I've never had a flat white that good, honestly.
Which one? I haven't tried anywhere new in months.
The little place on 5th Street. My sister actually recommended it. She's been going there for years and never told me.
Classic sister behavior, honestly.
Oh, and I finally watched that show everyone's been talking about. I stayed up way too late last night.
Have you finished it already?
Almost. I've watched 6 episodes. I only started it Wednesday.
Wow, you've basically disappeared into your couch this week.
Pretty much. Oh, and I got my hair cut yesterday. It's shorter than I wanted, but I'm getting used to it.
It looks great, honestly. Have you shown your mom yet? She's going to have opinions.
Not yet. I've been avoiding that call, if I'm being honest.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stop for a second.
What? Is something wrong?
Do you realize what we just did? That whole conversation?
We just talked about our week.
We did. And we mixed past simple and present perfect the entire time, back and forth, without stopping once to think about it.
Wait. I finished that report on Tuesday, past simple. I haven't had time to see a doctor, present perfect.
Exactly. I went to a new coffee shop on Monday, past simple, specific day. I've never had a flat white that good. Present perfect, no specific time, pure experience.
We really did it. We had a completely normal conversation, and it was full of everything we've spent 6 whole days learning together.
Hey, welcome back to Podcast by MrB. Simple English, real life, every day.
And welcome to day 7, the final day of the 7-day present perfect challenge. Today's title is Tell Me About Your Week. And honestly, we just did the whole lesson before we even said hello properly.
Which I think proves the entire point of this challenge.
It really does. 6 days ago, this probably felt complicated. Today, it's just talking.
Let's bring it all together one more time, and let's have some real fun with it today, just like real people actually talk.
Before we practice more, let's zoom all the way out. One simple framework for the whole week.
I'm ready. Hit me with the summary. Ask yourself one question first. Is there a specific time in this sentence? Yesterday, last week, in 2020, 2 days ago?
If yes, past simple. No exceptions. Remember day 6.
Exactly. If no specific time, present perfect is available and probably the better choice.
And within present perfect, how do I pick the right flavor?
Ask a second question. What am I actually trying to say? Life experience, no time at all. That's have you ever from day 3. Something recent, just, already, yet from day 4. How long something's been true, since or for from day 5.
So really, this whole week was just one big decision tree, and today we finally see the whole map.
Exactly that. Specific time, past simple. No time, pick your present perfect flavor based on what you're actually saying.
Let's test it. I'm going to tell a quick, slightly chaotic story about my week, and you catch every tense choice live.
Ooh, I love this. Go.
Okay, so this week has been wild. I started a new workout class on Monday,
Past simple, specific day, Monday.
and I've already gone 3 times.
Present perfect, already, no specific time, just a count so far.
I pulled a muscle on Wednesday,
Past simple, Wednesday.
but I've never felt so proud of myself.
Present perfect, pure feeling, pure experience, no time attached.
And I haven't skipped a single class yet.
Present perfect again, yet from day 4, still in progress, still true right now.
You're really fast at this now.
6 days of training will do that. Okay, my turn to try catch me if you can.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Go.
So I've been meaning to fix my sleep schedule for weeks.
Present perfect, 4 weeks, no specific point, still ongoing.
And I actually started last Sunday.
Past simple, last Sunday, specific day.
I've already noticed a difference.
Present perfect, already. Nice one.
Look at you go. 6 days really did change us both. Okay, your turn to build a mini version of that story.
Think of 2 things from your week, one with a specific day, one without one. Say the specific day one in past simple, say the no time one in present perfect. For example, I cleaned my apartment on Sunday. I've been really productive lately.
Pause the episode now and say your 2 sentences out loud. However you did it, beautiful. That's the exact skill this entire week was built to give you, noticing the choice, not memorizing it. Now let's go bigger. I'm going to tell you about my whole week, start to finish, mixing everything naturally.
No stopping this time? Just the real flow?
Just the real flow, like we did at the very start of the episode, except now you'll notice every choice as it happens.
Okay, go for it.
So this week started off rough. I overslept on Monday and missed my morning meeting. I've apologized to my team already, so it's fine now. Tuesday, I finally finished that huge report I mentioned earlier. I've never been so relieved to click send on an email.
I'm loving this so far.
Tuesday, I caught that cold, probably from the coffee shop, honestly. No offense to your flat white. I've been drinking tea non-stop since then. Thursday, I finally called my mom back. I hadn't spoken to her in almost 2 weeks, which she reminded me of loudly.
Moms always remind you loudly.
She's already asked when I'm visiting next, obviously. I haven't picked a date yet, but I told her soon. And Friday, I just relaxed. I've watched way too much TV today, if I'm being honest, but I've earned it after the week I've had.
That was genuinely a perfect example. Specific days for events, present perfect for feelings, results, and things that connect to right now.
That's really the whole secret. Once the story flows naturally, the grammar mostly takes care of itself.
Okay, my turn. Let me try the full flow too.
Please, go for it.
This week, I've genuinely tried to slow down a little. I started that workout class on Monday, like I mentioned, and I've stuck with it, surprisingly. I saw an old friend on Tuesday. We hadn't met up in months, and it was honestly wonderful. I've missed her more than I realized.
That's such a nice line. I've missed her more than I realized.
Wednesday was rough with the pulled muscle, but I've already booked a massage for next week, so future me is grateful. And today, I've mostly just been getting ready to record this episode with you.
Ending on a very meta note.
Had to bring it back around somehow.
That was beautiful, genuinely. And again, notice, specific days for events,
Present perfect for feelings, results, and things still true right now. Now it's your turn to try the full flow, a short version of your whole week.
Try 3 or 4 sentences, mixing both tenses naturally, just like Mr. B's story.
Don't worry about getting every choice perfect. Focus on the flow, the way real conversation actually feels.
Pause the episode now and tell your own mini week, out loud, start to finish.
However you did it, genuinely wonderful work. You just did, out loud, exactly what native speakers do every single day without thinking twice.
Time for our final word tour of the challenge. 5 words from today's episode. Let's go. This is bittersweet, our last one this week.
First word, fluent, or fluency. This means speaking smoothly and naturally, without stopping to think about every rule. For example, mixing tenses naturally is a real sign of fluency. Or, she speaks 3 languages fluently.
That's honestly the perfect word to open with today. Second word, flow. This means a smooth, continuous movement without breaks. For example, just focus on the flow of the story. Or, I lost my flow when the phone rang.
Third word, framework. This means a basic structure or plan that supports something bigger. For example, we built one simple framework for the whole week. Or, this report needs a clearer framework.
Fourth word, achievement. This means something successfully completed, often after effort. For example, finishing this challenge is a real achievement. Or, getting the promotion felt like a huge achievement.
And that word genuinely applies to everyone who's made it through all 7 days. And the fifth word, confidence. This means a feeling of trust in your own ability. For example, you should feel real confidence in present perfect now. Or, her confidence grew with every practice round.
Fluency, flow, framework, achievement, confidence. 5 words, and honestly, all 5 describe exactly where you should be after this week. Try using one in a sentence about how you feel right now finishing this challenge. Time for our final Say It Better.
Today, instead of one small mistake, let's fix a whole mixed-up mini-story. This is the ultimate review test.
Okay, a learner says, I have finished my homework yesterday and now I clean my room.
2 fixes needed. I finished my homework yesterday, past simple, specific day, and now I clean my room needs present continuous, not present simple. Now I'm cleaning my room.
So even outside today's topic, the same instinct, check the time word first, still helps.
Exactly. That instinct travels well beyond just present perfect. Next, a learner says, I have never went to Italy, but I want since long time.
A lot happening in that one. Have never went should be...
Have never been, participle, not past simple. And want since long time should be have wanted to for a long time. Present perfect, for, matching a length of time.
Fixed version, I have never been to Italy, but I have wanted to for a long time.
Perfect. That sentence alone touches almost everything we covered this whole week. Participles, since and for, and specific time awareness.
A fitting final example, honestly.
One more, since it's our last round ever on this challenge. A learner says, have you ever traveled to Italy last year?
Ooh, I know this one. Ever and a specific time last year, fighting in the same sentence.
Exactly, straight from day 6. The fix is simple. Pick one. Have you ever traveled to Italy? No time, pure experience. Or did you travel to Italy last year? Specific time, past simple.
Look at that! Day 3 and day 6 working together in one final correction.
Let's do one final formal versus casual comparison. Tell me about your week in 2 different worlds.
Casually with a friend?
It's been a week. I've barely slept, but Friday's finally here. Relaxed, contracted, a little dramatic.
And formally, like in a job interview.
This week, I completed the quarterly report and have been coordinating closely with the design team on the new launch. Full sentences, professional vocabulary, and notice both tenses working together in a completely formal context too.
So, this exact mixing skill isn't just for casual chats, it's genuinely a professional skill too.
Completely. Tell me about your week is basically a universal question. Friends ask it, interviewers ask it, family asks it. Mastering this mix helps in every single one of those situations.
What about a quick text update to a coworker, somewhere in between?
Good one. Probably something like busy week, finished the deck, still finalizing numbers. Dropped subjects, short bursts, but still that same natural mix hiding underneath.
So, really, no matter the setting, the same underlying skill just gets dressed differently.
Exactly. Casual, formal, or somewhere in between, the mix of past simple and present perfect is genuinely everywhere once you start noticing it.
Which honestly makes this whole challenge feel even more worth it, knowing it applies everywhere, not just in a classroom.
Let's do one big final recap, the whole week in under a minute.
Day 1, the big idea. Present perfect connects to now. Past simple is finished and specific.
Day 2, building the sentence, have or has, plus a past participle, regular or irregular.
Day 3, have you ever, for life experience, no specific time.
Day 4, just, already, yet, for recent actions and results.
Day 5, since and for, talking about how long something's been true.
Day 6, the trap. A specific time word always forces past simple no matter how the sentence feels.
And ending day 7, today, bringing it all together naturally, like real conversation.
7 days, 1 grammar point, completely and thoroughly mastered. If any single day still feels shaky, that's completely fine. Go back and rewatch it now that you have the whole map in your head.
Honestly, a lot of this clicks better the second time, once you've seen how all 7 days connect to each other.
All right, the final today's challenge of this whole series.
Talk for 1 minute about your week, naturally mixing present perfect and past simple correctly.
Don't script it word for word. Just talk, like you did with a friend at the start of this episode.
Mention a few specific days if you want, and a few feelings, results, or experiences too. Let both tenses show up naturally.
Pause the episode now, set a timer if you'd like, and just talk for 1 full minute about your real week.
If you get stuck, use our framework. Specific day, past simple. No specific time, but connected to now, present perfect. Let the question guide you, not memorized rules. And don't worry about perfection. Worry about flow. That's genuinely the whole goal today.
However you did it, incredible work. You just completed the final challenge of the entire 7-day present perfect challenge.
So that's it. 7 days, 1 grammar point, completely conquered. The big idea, the form, experience, recent actions, duration, the trap, and finally, bringing it all together right here on day 7. I'm honestly a little proud of us right now. This started as 2 small words, have and has, and it turned into an entire week of real, natural conversation.
And more importantly, proud of everyone who followed along, all 7 days, practicing out loud, sentence by sentence.
If you made it all the way here, seriously, well done. That's not nothing. 7 days of speaking practice is genuinely more than most people ever do.
Think back to day 1 for just a second. I ate breakfast versus I have eaten breakfast probably felt like a small, confusing detail.
And now, it's the difference between a photo and a result, a since versus a for, a trap you can spot from a mile away.
Present perfect used to feel confusing. Hopefully right now, it just feels like talking.
And this won't be the last 7-day challenge either. We've got more grammar points waiting for us, so keep an eye out for what's coming next.
Until then, go have real conversations, mix your tenses naturally, and don't overthink it.
Thank you so much for spending this whole week with us.
Simple English, real life, every day. Bye for now, and congratulations.